Are we going to do it properly?
Yes,
let me do it.
Right.
Let me start again. Here we go.
Welcome to
That's
the
on me,
Arsenal
people.
Show.
That is
yeah, we had sorry about the delay. We all thought we were live, but then we weren't.
that explains why I couldn't see viewers.
I was waiting for some comments to come in. I couldn't quite understand why the comments weren't coming in. But that's the reason we weren't actually live. So welcome.
So just to catch people up, there is great existential despair in the room. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, good. Keep up the good work.
Keep up the good work.
Excellent.
Okay. Who's that for? Is that for Ramsdale? Okay.
Oh.
I mean,
Quentin, I have to apologize. Quentin, I have to apologize. The show has been on for 18
was wondering
minutes.
what happened to being.
The world didn't see it though.
Yeah, we actually, I mean, in daylight saving, so it's actually 15 minutes later. So
yeah.
With your clocks back.
This is Larry's first time on the show. It might well be his last. It's bad, Larry. Sorry about this.
Larry, we're usually a lot more organized than this.
Yeah. Right, let's get cracking. We're going to start off with an anagram, guys. So let's get cracking. We're going to start off with an anagram, guys. Let's get cracking. We're going to start off with an anagram, guys. There's a really bad echo as well. I'm not sure who's that.
There's an echo.
Yeah.
It's gone now, Alex.
Okay, cool. Right. Don't forget to tune into Ronnie's podcast as well. That the link for that is going to be on our Facebook page. About all things Arsenal. It's pretty good, so tune into that. The anagram is Ask Isaac the Sinful.
And that's not Isaac, that's Isaac.
All right. But, Isaac the Sinful.
Isaac Basinful, yeah.
Basinful.
Very
okay.
English, very English name.
Right, great. There you go. That's the anagram. You got until about 3/4 of the way through the show to figure that one out. If you can figure it out, chip in the comments. Anyone in the audience figured that one out yet?
We only came to Shooty Buoy, I think, isn't it? We only came to Shooty Buoy. Yeah, that's the song they used to sing at the Emirates, isn't it?
You've only come to see a buoy, not to shoot it.
We only came to Shooty Buoy. You mean Adebayo?
Yeah. Any ideas, guys?
I thought.
No idea.
Does Larry know the format of the show? There's someone's name hidden in there, an Arsenal player. Okay.
Larry, you can take a guess, Larry. You can take a guess.
Okay. I've actually figured it out. Can I have a go?
Okay. Shall we save it for later, Alex? Or can
Is
we go for
it West Ham?
There's a West Ham link, yeah. There is a West Ham link.
He's got it.
Okay, I know who it is.
Okay. I think he's got it. We're just gonna keep it a little. We have to keep a little mystique in the show. A little, you know, can't all your secrets come out.
Nice.
What the hell is that?
Okay.
Okay.
That was quick, Larry. Well done, mate.
Well done.
Thanks.
Right, let's have a look at the midweek results, the weekend results. We've got North Millwall 2, Forest 1. North Millwall being Leeds, of course. That's who they are. Bournemouth 0, Brighton 2. Leicester 1, Villa 2. Carefree 0, the Scousers 0. The battle for mid-table.
Why?
The Hammers getting absolutely trounced on by Toon, which is Newcastle. Just in case you didn't know that, but you all did. And then United getting their revenge against Brentford, unfortunately. So that was the midweek fixtures. The weekend fixtures, or results looked a bit like this.
Only one. Yeah.
United getting back-to-back wins at home there with a win against Everton. Are they sure to take fourth spot now? What do you think, Larry?
Is that Man United?
Yeah, United.
I think United will get into the top 4 just as a virtue of Spurs being so shit. But I'm not impressed by United. Not at all.
No? Do you not think Ten Hag sorted that team out?
I think he's done a good job. I feel like it's been a bit overrated. You look at the big games, they've lost to us, they've lost to City, they got smashed at Anfield. Yeah. They've beaten a lot of the mid-table to lower table teams. But in terms of measuring up against the elite in the league this season, I don't see anything for us to worry about.
Not quite there yet. Fair enough. Villa got another win against Forest. That's 4 wins for Villa in the last 5 games for Emery's team. Warren, do you think Emery's team are going to be on course for Europa League finish? They're currently in 6th, I think.
Yeah, they're on a fantastic run, and I think Emre is sort of getting his philosophy across with Villa. They're playing a much more higher line. They're closing down the spaces. They're much more compact. And I think he's shown a lot of faith in a lot of players. And I think Steven Gerrard discarded. Ollie Watkins is on fire now. I mean, he hardly played under, Gerrard. And then the midfielder, the Scottish guy, McGinn, I've kind of always rated him. He's more than capable, and he's absolutely flying. They just look like a proper Emirates team. They're well organized, well oiled. Everyone knows their job, and they'll just tick away at getting the performances and results. It might be a little bit too late, but I mean, like Larry said earlier, if Spurs keep slipping up and things like that, you never know. You just never know. Now they are. I'm actually glad that we're done with Villa, because I wouldn't like to play Villa now. I think you're going to catch Villa at the wrong time now. They in red hot form.
Yeah, they are. Newcastle with another win against Brentford. Isaac's return means that Newcastle are scoring goals now, and that is 5 wins out of 5. Neil, do you reckon Newcastle are assured that 3rd spot?
Currently, I don't think so. But the way they're playing now, they could push on though. I didn't think they will make it 2 months ago, because I thought Team Sus, the way they played, but they're grinding out and they're getting the victories though. And it will be a good thing if Newcastle does make top 4.
Yeah. West Ham scraping a win against Fulham, who can't seem to stop losing at the moment. I think it's 4 losses in the last 5 games now. Wolves beating Chelsea 1-0. The team who can't be named, unfortunately, beating Brighton 2-1. Leicester 0, Bournemouth 1. Saints 1, Qatar 4. And North Millwall getting absolutely demolished, trounced on, battered by a man that's come out of retirement.
Can I ask who watched that game? Because I watched that game, and he should have been. Leeds should have been 5-0 up in the first 25 minutes, I think. They had all the chances in the world.
Did they?
Yeah, they were wasteful. They were very wasteful, and they paid a very dear price for that.
Morgan, are Leeds going down?
No, because other clubs are doing worse. Not because they're doing particularly well, but they're doing less worse than some other clubs who can't get a point. We'll look at the table just now. If we look at the table, in fact, we'll see. Oops, sorry, Alex, you move stuff around. I don't know where it is.
Yeah, it'll come later. Don't worry.
Yeah,
we're gonna.
So,
it is pretty. It is still pretty tight at the bottom, but there are some clubs that are doing really, really bad at the moment. One of which
Forest for some reason.
One of which is Leicester. I mean, another loss for them against Bournemouth. Did they make the wrong decision to sack Brendan Rodgers at this time? What do you think, Larry?
I think they actually waited too long. I think the right time to get rid of Rodgers was probably around the World Cup, I'd say. If not just before, then just after.
Yeah.
Because what they've done is they've limited the amount of time that a change can work.
Yeah, just on
You're
that.
giving the new manager 6, 7, 8 games.
Yeah, sorry, just on that. I mean, the official statement from Leicester was that it is mutual consent, but I don't think they fired him. I think Rodgers went, knock, knock. I think I've had enough, gents. I'm out of here. I mean, Leicester's got no cooking clue to get in as manager. I mean, I think he just tools down there, and I don't blame him because they just didn't back the Oaken. He actually had a team that was capable of going into the Champions League, but I reckon the time is now to strike hard. Harvey Barnes and the Madisons and the Tielemans, you can get those guys for nothing. Man.
Yeah, they'll be going cheap if Leicester go down. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Alex, don't you think that firing a manager at this time, at this sort of space in the season, that's just desperation. You can't expect much from a manager unless they retire. He should come out of retirement, just kind of,
but let's face it, Palace have such an easy run anyway.
Yeah.
Padding the pension fund.
Another sacking was the Chelsea manager, and now they've got. So now they've brought back Frank Lampard, right? Who expected that?
Oh my word!
Hands up! Who expected Frank Lampard to come back to Chelsea? No one.
No one.
Anyone?
No one.
No. I know quite a few Chelsea fans, unfortunately, and some of them were like over the moon that Frank Lampard was coming back to Chelsea, and I was like, you do realise, like, he was really, really rubbish when he was the Chelsea manager, right? I mean, they sacked him, and then you got in Thomas Tuchel, and then you won the Champions League, but they were doing so poor, Chelsea, when they sacked Frank Lampard last time, and now they brought him in when they're in a state of absolute turmoil. And bizarrely enough, he's lost his first game. Who thinks that Chelsea are going to finish in the bottom half of the table?
I think so. I think so. Well, they'll just. Yeah, DeSoto. They've got Mr. Bean that owns their club.
There's a lovely comment from Quinton there.
Does Frank's appointment at Chelsea make the owners look desperate, Neil?
I don't know. It's just a shambles, though, and I'm loving it. I don't know anyone else is loving it.
Reveling in it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I say Man City fire Pep.
After we win them, I'll take that.
No, after they lose 5-0 against Bayern this weekend, fire Pep. That's what I say.
Right, so last but not least, it was Liverpool 2, Arsenal 2. and should we get into that? Let's get into that.
Yeah.
Because I know you're all dying to talk about it. That's what we're all on here for.
We're just dying, man. We're just dying.
In terms of the lineups, then, do we think?
Oh, sorry. My apologies. The graphics team is a little traumatized there.
Any surprises by the lineups? Should we have been starting Trossard maybe? What were your thoughts, Warren? Was that the best team?
Yeah, I mean, no problems with the lineups. Pretty happy with that. I mean, there'll be some that would have swapped maybe one, but generally, I think people are happy with the lineup, which is perfectly fine, justified with a good start. I think later on, I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on the substitutions and stuff like that. Yeah, no
We
problems
have
for me
one
with the
comment
lineup. Yeah.
already. We have one comment already. Brad says, "Why would Arteta make such horrible changes?"
Is that to the starting lineup, or is that to the
Substitutions.
I think that was the substitutions.
Yeah.
Well, why would he make such horrible substitutions? I mean, we made substitutions very, very late, didn't we? What are your thoughts on the substitutions, Larry? What were your thoughts on the substitutions that were made? Did we make them too late? Did he make the wrong substitutions? What are your thoughts?
In terms of the personnel that we brought on, I think I understood why we brought on another centre back, because
Oh, is Larry frozen there?
Oh dear.
Okay.
Neil, your thoughts?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I thought the second half. You wanted to talk about the beginning. I thought the second half we should have brought Trossard on a little bit earlier because we were dead in the second half going forward. So I thought maybe we could have brought on Trossard a little bit earlier, just to hang in a little bit deep and open up the space for our wingers. I would have brought on Trossard a little bit earlier. I was worried about Zaka as well. I was like, oh, this guy got a yellow card. This guy's gonna get the red card, and he didn't, or second yellow, and I was happy about that. But it was a feisty game though. It was everyone was up for this, and I'm actually surprised no one got a red card. Yesterday, yes.
Jerry, what were your thoughts on Kiwior coming on as the extra defender? Can't hear you, Jerry.
You're on mute.
I don't know if he's on mute. I think he's maybe his mic's not connected.
So he's dropped off again.
Warren.
Yeah. Okay. So listen here. The guy standing next to me in the pub yesterday. I think the scoreline was still 2-1, and it was kind of midway through second half, and I said we need to get Zinchenko off because they're targeting him now, right? That was pretty obvious. You don't need to be an expert to see that. And Tierney should have come on. And I would have brought Jorginho on for a midfielder. We needed someone in the middle of the park to hold on to the damn ball for 5 seconds so we can breathe and bring our attacking midfielders in. And we just didn't have that guy in there. And I reckon out of all the players that we got, of all the midfielders we got, I reckon Jorginho's best suited to do that, just to hold on to that ball a little bit, buy us at 2 seconds that we were desperate for. So yes, I think the substitutions did hurt us. We waited too long, and we should have made better decisions. I had no problems with the centre back guy coming on. What's his name?
Kiwior, yeah.
Sorry, yeah. I had no issues. I understood that. I think we went to a back 3 there or something because we needs must. But I just reckon we missed. I think Arteta missed a bit of a trick there. He should have acted sooner and brought the junior on. Definitely.
Do you think the game was too? Do you think the game was too big for Kiwior to start to be brought in? He hasn't played much football for Arsenal, has he? And when he has played, he hasn't exactly been amazing, has he? Do you think, Larry? What do you think? Do you think the game was a bit too big for Kiwior?
Can you guys hear me, first of all?
Yeah,
I
we
good?
can this time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I think you froze for a bit on the last one. I'm sorry about that.
Yes. Like I was saying before the Gremlins got hold of me, I think I understood why Mikael brought on a third centre back. Like I said, they had just gone 4-2-4. So we kind of needed that extra number. But I do think that Evio hasn't got enough game time, so he was coming in cold. Also, the message that we sent by bringing off our captain and our midfield linchpin, if I can say, we sort of conceded that midfield area and gave Liverpool the initiative and basically told them we're going to sit back and just try and hold out for the last 10 minutes. Arsblog actually made a good point on his podcast today that if it was Saliba and Gabriel being joined by Rob Holding, then it sort of would have made sense because we've done that time and time again.
It works as well. I don't think it's.
But because it's Kivio, he's being
failed. That bringing on Rob Holding this year when it has been a sort of a tight game, and it's not failed this year, has it? Not this season.
Yeah. I just have a comment here. I don't know. Alex, I just have a PG comment. I am Warren. You can tell us if we, but yeah, I'm not going to read it out loud. People can hopefully read it for themselves. So I'll leave it at that.
They're taking turns. Jeez.
Oh my word!
That's
people.
Okay.
Arsenal fans use colorful symbolism and metaphors in their language. We are worldly wise.
One of the turning points in the first half was, we were 2-0 up. We looked to be cruising, absolutely battering them. Anfield was silent. Xhaka gets the ball taken off him, which some people might have said it was a foul on the sidelines. He certainly seemed to think it was a foul, and then he went in pretty hard on Trent Alexander-Arnold in a pretty rubbish tackle, a sort of a retribution kind of tackle. He squared up to Trent Alexander-Arnold, and then the crowd just suddenly turned. A bit like the crowd turned when Arteta had his little spat with Klopp. Was Xhaka responsible for Liverpool's sort of resurgence? Jerry, how? What do you think? Do we hear you yet? No, we can't hear you yet. Sorry.
Can I go on this one?
Neil, I'll put that question to you. Was Xhaka to blame?
No, I don't think so. I just love the passion from Xhaka, though. I loved it, and that's what you want to see, though. You want to see those in the big games, though. I won't blame him, though. Never.
I would.
There seems to be a division of opinion. Brandon says Xhaka caused the shift in momentum. Gavin says not blaming him, but they did target him. Gavin also says love the aggression. Yeah.
I think after the game, it was pointed out by Roy Keane, actually. He said that he really loved the passion from Xhaka. But equally, he said there's a time for that sort of aggression and that passion. And at 2-0 up, that's not the right time to be going in and throwing in sort of retribution tackles. And I kind of get that. He's right in that respect, in my opinion. I think. I think he lost his head for a split second, and that that riled the fans.
Have we lost more people?
I think so. Yeah. To
Yeah.
be honest, I think we're making too much of that. To be honest, I think it's too. I think we might be playing this thing way. We're looking for headlines here. I tell you what, 2-0 up, and before they scored their first goal, and I told the same guy sitting next to me, we started to become arrogant. Our defenders, we started to become arrogant because they should have scored before then. Robertson went in and he missed by inches because why? We were taking our foot off the pedal, ball watching, being a bit nonchalant, defending, thinking that we're actually better than what we really are. Arrogance coming, and I said, this is when your professionalism comes in, and I will not be surprised if they actually score soon after this. If we keep defending, guess what? 5 minutes later, we defend again poorly, ball watching, all nonchalantly, not tracking our runners. Guess what happens? Ball across the box, 2-1, just before half time. I just called the bloody thing. But that had nothing to do with the Anfield crowd and the guy threw his packet of chips on the floor and Zaka showed him. That had nothing to do with we looking. That was
Warren, do you agree with
excuses. I mean,
Do you
it
agree
was
with
just good old fashioned. Someone's sorry. I don't know what's going on there. Sorry.
It could be me.
Sorry.
No, it's gone again.
Yeah,
No,
it's
do
just
you
no, it's just
agree
poor defending. It's just like poor crap defending. We defended.
Switching
We
off
just
again.
switched off. We totally.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with the crowd. Zaka wasn't even in the frame. It had nothing to do
Warren?
with the crowd. We just
Warren?
defended crap.
Warren, Arteta said we made 3 mistakes. We didn't
Yeah.
press home the advantage. We didn't kill the game when we were 2-0
Yeah.
up. We didn't win the 50
That's spelling the
balls.
obvious out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
but
didn't
where did
win
it
the
all
50
start? It all started with our crap defending. That's where it started. That's what got them back into the game. And
Do
I
you think
think they
Saliba
started
would
to
have
smell.
made a difference at the back then, or do you think it was it wasn't really Rob Holding, was it?
No, well, I think I think Ben White went a bit to sleep, and he was kind of listen here, you can do your little party tricks when there's 5 minutes left at Anfield, not 5 minutes left before half time. I mean, no, that just hurt me. I just saw it coming. I just thought, is this seriously happening? I mean, a supposed professional team, and we thinking that we're better than what we really are. We got the 2-0, and now we want to do party tricks and just switch off, and no one is like doing basic stuff. Just watching your runners now. The guy just ran behind him, and no one had a clue what was going on at the back. Now I was very irked with that because I just thought, guys, just get to halftime at 2-0, and then we're going to see this game out. Oh my goodness. Anyway,
Alex, can I ask what this means? What do the fans think this means for our title chances? Because that's the question that I want to. Yeah, I nearly flew over to the UK this morning, go kill Alex. Alex and I were on a, yeah. There are a couple of Arsenal fans I'm not happy with, but I'd be keen to hear because here's the thing. Quentin says, this one hurts big time because I'm super nervous about City, Newcastle, and Brighton, who we need to face after this show. Yeah. And there was also a little talking point, just a little digression, a little talking point where, the linesman should have killed him, I say.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think should happen to the linesman after that? And what do you think should happen to Robertson?
Ooh, naughty. Yeah, that was. I mean, yeah. Sorry, Neil, you go for it. Neil, go for it.
No. I don't know. It's a tough one to call. I don't know. For the linesman and Robertson's running at you at the speed. I don't know. I cannot call that. Yeah, it's wrong of him though. I don't think he would attack the linesman. But yeah.
I mean, he grabbed. Did he grab the linesman? He tried to grab the linesman, didn't he? And I don't think the linesman was having it.
The elbow looked a little bit aggressive. The elbow.
Yeah.
A little. Kevin points out that the commentator said a little self-defense there.
Full elbow to the face.
Quentin says, not our issue. We've got a title to win.
Yeah, that's fair enough. God, so going back to Morgan's question then. What do you think our chances are with the title now, Larry?
Larry, can you hear us?
Larry, can you hear us?
Hello, Larry. Earth to Larry. PE to Larry. PE's
No, I
got.
don't think you can hear us at the moment.
Okay.
Warren?
Yeah, I wanted to. Yeah, I mean, I was actually, dying to hear what other Gooners are. They looked up like was it 2 points dropped or 1 point gained?
Yeah.
And I'm still not. I actually don't know, to be honest. I actually can't put my finger on that. What do you guys think? I wanted to hear from you guys. Like, how did you see it?
Well, I mean, my prediction before the game, which frustrated so many people, including Morgan. My prediction was 3-3, and I thought that would be optimistic because, like, our record at Anfield over the past 10 years or so has been absolutely dreadful. And it's probably the hardest place to go to and win is Anfield. And so I thought we did well to get a draw. I mean, at 2-0 up, to then draw the game, it sort of feels like it's 2 points lost because we were 2-0 up. But then you look at the amount of chances that they had in the second half, and they battered us in the second half, absolutely battered us.
Yeah.
And they could have won that game 5-2 in the end, at least. So I think a point is a pretty fair and a decent, respectable scoreline. That's what I think. Next,
I think.
No.
Aren't you annoyed though? Aren't you guys annoyed
Yeah, of
that we
course.
had that game in the bag?
Of course.
It wasn't like we were fighting for the 2-2 draw, but we had that game in the bag, and it feels like an opportunity lost a little bit. Yeah, no, I'm not going to give up. I'll leave that to Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you're 2-0 up, and then you throw away a 2-goal lead, and of course that hurts. But then you look at the way that they came at us in the second half. Ramsdale pulled off, three top saves, at least 3 top saves in that second half. You go, well, they outplayed us in the second half completely, and it was the home ground. We let them back into it. I think we might have escaped there with a draw, if I'm perfectly honest. When they turn it on at Anfield, they are a top quality team, top quality side, and they've got top quality players who.
But that's not the question facing us, Alex. The question is, have we lost the title?
No, of course we haven't lost the title yet. I'm not driving round to Pep's house just yet. That taxi is on hold.
My analogy simply is that a lot of Arsenal fans were, after that result, were ready to go pick up the trophy, take an Uber to Pep's place, and say, "Yeah, you can have it." It felt like
But equally, you look at City's running and you look at our running. They have got a much easier running than what we've got.
Way easier.
We've got to go to City at the Etihad, and we've got to go to Newcastle, and we've also got. Forest away could be a really tricky game, to be honest. The penultimate game, but then you look at who City have got. I mean, they should batter Leicester. Brighton, when that's rescheduled, and that'll probably be a midweek fixture. That might be a banana skin for them, maybe. Fulham, I don't think they'll have any trouble at Fulham. West Ham, Leeds, they'll batter Leeds.
Nobody.
Everton could be tricky for them, maybe.
Sorry, I forgot who Leeds was. I was waiting for North Millwall. So I wanted to ask: Does nobody think that the Champions League fixtures could throw a little cog in the in the wheel. A little spike or
Yeah,
spanner in the wheel.
yeah, and it's not
Spanner
just the
in the wheel.
not just the Champions League. It's the FA Cup as well, isn't it? I mean, they've got they've only got Sheffield United in the FA Cup, so that'll probably be a B team against Sheffield United. But it's still an extra fixture, isn't it? And then that's where the Brighton game will have to be rescheduled, like I say. So that'll be a fixture pile up for them. But I mean, the problem is City's B team can beat most teams in the Premier League. That's the problem. You look at our B team, and well, I mean, we can't even get through like Europa League fixtures with the B team.
Well, we have a better B team now.
We have a better B team than we used to, but it's still not a great B team.
Can I say something?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, go for it, Larry.
Just to your point about the whole B team and the fixture. Me hope it gave me confidence for our end of the season running with us only having 8 games left. No other distractions. We looked really good in that first half, other than like the 5 minutes, from 40 to 45 when Liverpool scored. And I think that has a lot to do with the fact that we had a full week off after Leeds. We went into yesterday having had, a week to prepare. Okay, fine. We didn't get the result we actually wanted. And conversely, we actually tired quite a bit towards the end. I think that had more to do with game state and just Liverpool sort of camping in our half in the second half. So we did tire, but I think our ability to make good starts it's gonna take us quite far with this last 8 games, because if we can start, for instance, next week we go to West Ham. West Ham have a huge Conference League. I'm not sure if it's quarter or semi-final. I think it's quarters. They have a huge game on Thursday. If we can go there, impose our will in the first 45 minutes, like we did at Anfield, we'll set ourselves up for a good run of results, because I don't think any team in this league can live with us when we're at our best. I include City in that. City came to the Emirates and were scared to death of Arsenal. I maintain that, yes, they won 3-1 in the end because, things got away from us in the second half. We had to come back off of Tomiyasu's mistake. But when we are at our best, which having a week off between games will enable us to do, I think I'm still confident about us winning the league. I don't know where anyone else is. I feel like as a fan base, we do get a bit up and down, but I'm still confident that we're going to win this league.
We don't get up and down. We get down, and then we stay there for a bit. We just love being down. We're not used to the ups, but we love them down.
Yeah, I think Gavin's got a good point. You said earlier that it's gonna come down.
Yeah.
Well, now seeing that we drew at Anfield, we're gonna have to beat City at the EPL.
Yeah.
I think we probably need 4 points from City and Newcastle, don't we? Those 2 games, we're going to need 4 points from those 2.
Can I ask you a question, Neil? Because I think a lot of Arsenal fans wanted us to win every single game. Because for us, it felt like that's the only way we're going to win the league. And that was to win 16, 17 games on the trot. Are we... And I know that Man City did it like a season or 2 ago where they won how many games on the trot? Do you think they have it in them to win it? Because they now have the same challenge. They've won, 5 on the trot now? They've got another 10 games to go or so. Are they then going to win? Maybe do they have? I think they've got they've got 9 games to go. Are they then going to win 14, 15 games on the trot? Because that's also a bit of pressure on them, isn't it?
No, definitely. It also depends on the Champions League if they make it or not, though. But they've been through it before, and we know that they can do it. They've got the squad.
No, Neil, I'm going to switch you off now. No.
No. But Morgan, I still believe that we will do it, though. We'll do it.
There we go. You saved yourself. I had the delete button, and my finger was just.
If we play Man City, we just need to make sure we're 4 points clear of them. If we can nick a draw there and we're 4 points clear of them, and I think we will push on though. Stuff Newcastle and Chelsea after that. I think if we just don't, if we 4 points clear of City and we draw there, I'll take a draw. I think we'll push on and we'll make it. That's my belief and hope.
Just if I may, to Neil's point about us having a lead by the time we play City, we actually play Southampton on the Friday before we play City, and we could actually be 9 points clear of City by the time we go there. Obviously, they would have the games in hand, but I don't know about you guys. Anytime I'm competing for a league title, I don't want to be 9 points behind. I could have all the games in hand in the world. I'm not going into a game 9 points behind, because that's. I was speaking to a fellow Gooner, Charles. I think he's been on the show a few times, and scoreboard pressure for me is a thing I believe in. I likened it to being in a Grand Slam final, and you in the fifth set, and the person on the other side of the net serves first in that final set, and they go 1-love up. Fine, you still have to serve, but in the back of your mind is, I can't drop serve, because if I do, I'm 2-love down. And I think it's a similar type of thing where City, we go there and we're 9 points clear. Yes, they'll have their 2 games in hand, but they'll know that we cannot lose by any means necessary, and that might actually inhibit them, as opposed to, them just going out there and attacking with, everybody, because they'll know if we lose today, it's 12 points, and that could be that.
But we have been ahead of City previously by quite a reasonable margin, and they just seem to be able to put the games together and just go and win every single game. The bits where they actually falter are when they've just overtaken us. I mean, they overtook us when they beat us, and then they sort of faltered a little bit after that, didn't they?
Alex, no, we're not using that as a tactic. We're not going to lose matches so they get ahead of us and then no.
Just being objective here.
I want Bayern to crush their spirits. I think that'll help us. That's what.
Do you actually want Bayern to knock them out of the Champions League? Do you not want their fixtures to pile up?
Oh damn!
Yeah,
As long as they don't win it.
My thoughts are, I think City would much rather win the Champions League than the league. If they got through to the Champions League fight, all their eggs would be in the Champions League basket.
Definitely.
The fixtures would pile up, and they would I think they would prioritize the Champions League.
Yeah.
Can I just rewind? I think you guys misunderstood what I said. I want Bayern to crush their spirit and then lose to Man City. This is all I ask.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
one defeat.
You're backtracking now, Morgan.
No. I'm saying that I want Bayern to beat them in Germany, and for them to beat, and then on aggregate beat Bayern when they come to the Etihad. So that's all I was saying. Don't you people understand what I'm saying? Oh dear Lord, no. I had that all wrong.
Only Leeds.
Yeah, I think we're gonna need. In reality, I think we're gonna have to get a positive result at the Etihad, but we are, unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to cash in all our Christmas presents now already, for some team to take a point against Man City. It's gonna come down to that. We're gonna need another team besides us to take a point of City. It's not. We're gonna need a
Leicester, Brighton.
I think Brighton could maybe take a point,
or even Brentford away. The last game of the season away from home. Brentford.
We've got Fulham as well. Fulham could do it.
But we still
And
play Brighton as well.
I don't know about
So
Fat Frank and not eat pies that week. Maybe they can do us a favor. I don't know.
Maybe Frank Lampard could do it for us.
Yeah.
Imagine
the
that.
idiot that he is.
No, not happening.
No.
You'll probably throw the game, and being a Chelsea guy, you'll throw that game. They would rather want City to win it than Arsenal.
Andy used to play for City.
Yeah. Well, maybe Everton, maybe Sean
Yeah.
Dash can do a little up and under for us and play a few quarterbacks and scrum halves a day and, get the draw, 0-0 draw, some kick Man City off the table,
Here's a potential question of the evening, audience question. Can we defeat City at home? I assume Brad means at the Etihad. Reason being that the lads tend to act nervy playing big games.
We can beat City at the Etihad,
Yeah.
I reckon. Because I actually think...
we should have beaten them in that FA Cup game, to be honest. We should have demolished them in that game.
Out of the Newcastle, Liverpool and City away games, I actually think City's style of football as well suits us better. I think that plays into our hands. And it's the least intimidating place. I mean, I think our fans, bloody, were noisier than their fans.
Yeah, well, I think it's mainly Arsenal fans that in the City end anyway at the Etihad, because they ain't got any fans. They can't fill the
stadium. Alex, I know we started late, but should we move on to the quiz and to the predictions?
Let's do the quiz.
Yeah. Because I know that we could talk about the Liverpool game and its implications, and have it break our hearts for. Yeah.
Right, let's get going with the quiz.
Okay, let me just quickly get this right here. Here we go.
The anagram, which was...
That's not...
I think Larry's got it there.
Ask it. Isaac.
Larry.
Basinful. Larry, you got this one. Which? What is it then? Enlighten us.
That is Lucas Fabianski.
It is indeed.
Yeah. We had one other person get this right early on. I just want to find it.
Well done.
I just want to find. Yeah, there was someone else who had it earlier.
I
And
thought
will
it was.
find that post.
I thought it was. We only came to shoot the buoy, so I was wrong. Okay, so it wasn't.
Yeah, I did not get that reference, Warren. To be honest.
We only came to shoot the buoy.
Brandon also got it right.
Hey, Baker boy, Baker man, the Baker man can.
Here's a more challenging one now.
Question 2. Arsenal's biggest Premier League win over West Ham, going by the number of goals scored, have been 2 5-1 drop-ins. The first on the 23rd of January 2013, the second on the 3rd of December 2016. Despite the relatively short gap between the two games, only one player started both games for the Gunners. He also scored in the first game. Who was it? Was it A, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, B, Aaron Ramsey, or C, Theo Walcott? Come on, Neil.
This is going to be a guess though. I'm going to go.
Not so easy, is it? Not so easy.
Yeah. I'm going to go for A, Chamberlain.
Chamberlain.
I don't know, it's a guess.
Warren.
I'm also guessing here, guys. I'm gonna go for Wally Walcott.
For Walcott, Larry.
I think it was Aaron Ramsey.
Okay. And the answer is.
Hey!
Yo.
Quite a few people got the answer right. Gavin got it right. Jutin got it right. Mark got it right. I don't know why that game stood out to them. Brad. I really thought it was So obviously the Warren got lucky, but obviously the rest of you don't know Arsenal as well as you thought you did.
Close one though. I mean, those names.
Yeah.
Right, question 3. I am the last Arsenal player to score a Division 1 goal for Arsenal against West Ham, and also the second to score a Premier League goal for Arsenal against the Hammers. I scored both goals when the two teams played their final Division 1 game on the 14th of March 1992. And I scored the second goal after Tony Adams was opener in a 2-0 win in the two sides' third Premier League clash on the 25th of September 1994. One of my adopted sons often appears on television with me.
Oh, okay.
Who am I?
Yeah, okay. That's the one, yeah. That's the one, yeah.
Yeah.
Who are we saying?
Yeah.
Isn't it
Well, that's
righty?
righty, isn't it? Yeah.
Ian, right.
Ian Wright.
Yeah, righty boy.
You guys didn't have a
We
clue until the adopted son, but it was
Yeah,
Yeah, true. Yeah.
definitely.
you just threw them the answer there.
Yeah.
True.
I was thinking
Got
about
a,
maybe Steve Bold or something.
I was thinking, Anders Lampa here. What's going on?
we've got a question in
That's it.
from Rail Cunningham there. Anyone arrange for match day tickets for the Wolves game? Yep, you can buy mine off me for £50,000 each. And that's if we're not winning the title. But I have seen some tickets advertised for like about £3,000.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Crazy.
Yeah, a lot of money. Yeah. I'm not selling
Okay.
mine.
Neil, I want to sell my kidneys for that, but the mine don't work as well. You young.
I know. I think mine doesn't work either. After this weekend.
I need. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
What's next? Upcoming fixtures. Villa Newcastle. That'll be an interesting one actually. Both teams on a good run of form.
Yeah,
Saints
good
Palace. I fully expect Roy Hodgson to do the business over Southampton. I think they are going to go down.
They are getting relegated.
Are Newcastle playing twice, or have you got that wrong there?
Oh, that
Yeah.
I have that wrong. I'm pretty sure. Let me see.
Chelsea Brighton will be an interesting one, I think. Not sure if Frank will do the business over Brighton. You'd fully expect City to batter Leicester. Forest United might be interesting for us, a tough team to beat at home. Leeds Liverpool. Well, Liverpool away from home have been pretty dreadful, haven't they? Really, but it might be an interesting one. That, and then of course West Ham versus Arsenal. How have we been looking against?
Let me just fix this quickly.
Fulham. Okay.
Everton should win that, yeah.
Yeah, you would think so. Everton. If Everton have got a saving grace, it's their home record, isn't it? A lot of people struggle to go there and win.
I mean, I've seen a couple of the recent West Ham games in the past 2 weeks. Unfortunately, I'll tell you, I say unfortunately because oh my goodness gracious me, they were poor. Like lack of quality is just cheapest. I mean, I'm fully expecting 3 points, and not that I'm saying we must be overzealous with things, but or too confident. But I mean, there's a genuine lack of quality. I don't know what's going on with West Ham. They were so good last season, but
it's weird, isn't it?
I mean, we should target that game as the bounce back factor, get the feel good factor. I mean, that's really if we had to pick a name out of a hat there, I think it could have been West Ham. Just get that positive vibes going again, leading into the Southampton and then the Etihad game. It's like because Southampton are crap. I mean, cheapers, creepers. Oh my goodness. I mean, we've got two pretty out of form teams, and I reckon if we had a hand, we couldn't have picked two better teams to play against going into that City game.
Yeah.
I have a question here from Brandon. I have a question here. Sorry. Do you think we should rest Saka the next match? He seemed very jaded.
No, absolutely not.
No.
No. He's playing one game a week. I mean, he's already
Exactly.
taking a holiday.
Yeah.
Neil
Sorry?
says he should be rested. Why, Neil?
No. He shouldn't be rested.
Larry said he should be rested. Sorry. Larry said he should be
No.
rested. Why?
No, look, I don't think Saka should be rested. I did want to say though, it was a strange performance from him. He did.
Was
I
it
don't know
poor
if
or
jaded
did
is the right
Liverpool
word. It just seemed. Sorry.
Was he
Because
was it
even in the
poor or
first half,
did Liverpool just play him out of the game? Sorry.
Can I go?
For it?
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. Like I was saying, even in that first half, when we we kept hitting the ball over to him. Zinchenko, Xhaka, and he was isolated against Robertson, right? But for some reason, he wasn't going at him. He wasn't taking him on, trying to get to the byline. He seemed to just sort of cut in and try and loft a few crosses into to Jesus. The one time he actually did hit the byline was, I think, the chance where Jesus was stretching a bit on his left foot and he put it over. But even in the second half, like, I'm not saying Saka should be rested. I definitely don't think so. Like Alex said, he's playing one game a week. It was just a weird sort of almost nervous performance from him, which was so out
But
of
he also
character
didn't
with
have a,
what he's done in the big games, you know?
but he also didn't have a chance to sort of recover, did he, in the second half, because we were
No,
barely
but
attacking.
he had that one chance where he turned to Liverpool defenders and he put it across. I don't know if Trossard was there. I think he overhit that ball.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that's when we were 2-1 up, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think our midfield also, and that takes me back to the previous comment why I thought Jorginho should have come on for the last 20 minutes. We just couldn't find the right ball to him. We couldn't get the right ball to Saka. And that was there. They were there for the taking on the counter because they were pressing further and further up. And that's why I keep going to my original point. Jorginho would have been, I mean, that's like perfect for him because he doesn't have to now stretch his legs too much and run. The game was all concentrated in our half. It was concentrated in this little narrow space. It's not like he's having to run one pillar to post. Once he gets the ball, he can spray paint that pass in and behind Liverpool's defense. I think that would have just been perfect for him. You would have found Martinelli and Saka more and with the through balls and diagonals. We were screaming out for a bit of a quarterback there, to be honest.
Head to head, how were we looking against West Ham? I mean, we've been pretty good against West Ham recently, haven't we?
Yeah.
I don't think we lost any of those.
Yeah,
it's
sorry,
down
the
as a
last
loss
one again.
against 4-0. We're down as a loss there. Is that some bad graphics there?
That is just bad graphics there. That is just bad graphics.
But yeah, like Warren was saying, it's a pretty good time to face West Ham, I think. So let's hope we can continue with our good winning streak against them. Predictions wise, what are we saying, guys? Warren? Let's start with you, Larry. You said you're top of the list there. Larry, what are your predictions for West Ham?
For the West Ham game, I'm gonna go with the same scoreline that we had at the Emirates. I'll go 3-1 to Arsenal.
Neil?
I'll go for a 2-1 Arsenal.
Warren?
The confidence is out of Neil's predictions, yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of expecting a bit of a bounce back. Yeah, I'm gonna go like 4-0 Arsenal. 4-0 Arsenal. Yeah.
Alex, I'm gonna go first because I'm more interested to hear what you say.
Oh my word!
5-0. I don't know. I'm gonna go 3-0.
Oh wait a minute, sorry, Alex. I don't.
Oh,
sorry, Alex.
Yeah. Sorry, 0-3. Maybe I should have specified that.
I just wasn't sure where your head and your heart were at,
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't forget to go check out our website where the predictor game is held. So it's arsenalcapetown.coza. How are we looking in the leaderboard at the moment, Warren? Sorry,
this
Morgan.
is slightly outdated, so do you mind if I just quickly shift gears here?
Yeah, because I'm above you now, right?
I just want to go to the correct. Yeah, I just want to go to the correct graphic here quickly, where I had the scores updated. Let me see. Yeah, this is the one. And someone has to explain himself. Neil.
I told you,
Neil,
I told you, no. I
Neil
predicted
and
two.
Devon got the scores exactly right.
My
Well
thing is,
done.
I predicted 2 months in advance, and when I saw how shit Liverpool was the past couple of weeks, I thought we would get the result there. Yeah, and I said 2-1 about 2 days ago. So yeah.
At the time,
I predicted 3-3 and I got slated
Yes.
on
Yeah.
some WhatsApp groups by certain people. Hey Morgan, absolutely
We
slated.
don't know who that is. Yeah.
And at 2-0,
Yeah.
I was literally getting crucified.
If I were a superstitious man, I would blame you, Neil, and Bevan for what happened, and not Xhaka at all.
Oh man, I don't know. I must admit, I still feel irked and irritated by the comeback. I just wanted to rub it in their bloody scouser, bloody coffee faces, you know.
I just want to go through a couple of other predictions here. Gavin says we'll win 2-0, I assume. Rail, because obviously now the confidence is eked out. So Brandon says 3-1. Marcus,
Well done,
he's
Marky.
going to bounce back with a hat trick for Trossard.
Oh
Now
yes,
that's
oh yes, Mark.
Mark
Saka to
says
rest.
Saka to rest. Yeah.
I think that wraps it up, does it, guys?
Yeah.
We should have.
Question of the show. Have we got some? Have we made an
There were more
assessment?
comments and questions, but the one that was phrased as a question was this one. Should we give it to Brandon?
I guess so. Well done, Brandon.
There
Nice one,
weren't many
Baker.
questions. There were more comments than questions. Then so
This is true.
he had a question mark in his comment. So I think that
makes it a question.
Yeah.
he was the only one eligible for the category.
Well done, Brandon. You can, well, you know what to
Nice
do. You pick your prize up from Warren at the pub at the next game, the West Ham game, I guess.
Where's Sam going, yeah?
Nice one. Excellent. Right. Thanks very much for coming on the show. Thanks, Larry, for coming on the show. Hopefully, we'll see you back on the show at some point. Yeah.
Sorry, just one last thing. Sorry, Larry, where do you guys meet to watch games? I know I met Earl and what's the other gentleman's name? I forgot his name now. Anyway, I remember Earl. Yeah, I met him once in Cape Town. I don't know. Are you with them or do you watch games with him?
Not really. I bounce around. I watch at home. I watch at sports bar. I'll watch it. Yeah, I've had good luck at the venue where I watched on Saturday, so I try and go there as often as I can.
Good luck, Charlie. Okay, no, cool, cool, man.
What good luck happened there? Sorry, Larry, because we didn't win.
You won the Powerball. You won the Powerball. The Powerball. You won.
Oh, okay.
This game and the City game was actually I think I've watched about 10 games there this season, and the City game and this one were the only two we didn't win. So I think the percentages are still good.
Just make sure you stand or sit in the same place as when we won, and move away from the Man City.
No, definitely.
Awesome.
I will definitely do that. Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, Larry.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you guys for having me. I really enjoyed it.
Right, we shall see you next week.
Thanks, everyone.
West Ham win. See you soon, guys. Thanks for the comments.
Cheers, man.
I'm gonna do this properly now. Everybody say bye.
Bye.